Hi everybody, it's Tina with Wild Hair Vintage Finds. I do have a haul for you today that I wanted to share. Last week I went to not really a new place, it's one that is really local, close to me. It's a charity called Fusion Home Decor, and they are an upscale thrift shop, and they do some amazing work to help with the homeless in our area. But the things in their store are just phenomenal. If you do live in the South King County area, I would encourage you to check that store out. They've got some great finds, especially in furniture. But I did find a whole new type of art pottery that I'd never seen before. It was somebody's collection that had been donated, and I was fascinated by it. I only bought, I think the first time I went, I only bought about two pieces, and then I could not get them out of my mind. I wanted to learn about the pottery, I wanted to know more about it. There was a book there that specifically dealt with this pottery. And so the next day, I made it a point to go right back there. And, luckily, this store is right by my grocery store that I shop at. So when I said, "Oh, honey, I need to go get some onions," um, I stopped there too and got a few things. So I want to share them with you. Again, the name of the place is called Fusion Home Decor. I spent about $30 on everything, 33 with tax. Most of their items for home decor and so forth are priced at about $5 a piece, which is kind of paying up when you look at it from a thrift store standpoint. But like I say, their things are very unique, and I just thought that I had to check them out. So without further ado, let's take a look. Anyway, the first thing I have for you is this picture. I love this. It's a dimensional piece. It's got a lot of dimension to it. It's almost like in a shadow box type of a frame, and it's mushrooms. So I know that people are still collecting mushrooms, mushroom canisters and that kind of thing. This would be darling in a kitchen. And what it is so fascinating with this, it almost looks like there's two pieces of glass in here that have been reverse painted, or glass. In other words, they've been painted onto the glass itself. It does need a little bit of a cleaning, and I'm going to have to be very careful with that as I go. But I can tell it is an older piece. Now, how can I tell? For one thing, you want to look at the back of an item. You want to also look at how it is framed. Is there a professional type of look to the frame, which this has in terms of the piece that it hangs from? This is picture wire and small eye hooks that are in there. The frame itself, it's very thick. Do you notice that? And it's solid wood. It's a solid wood frame. And I wouldn't change anything about this. I think it's lovely just the way it is. I think I paid something for this. I believe their artwork, the small sizes, and when I say small, this goes all the way up to, like, I would say 16 by 20s, run about $15 a piece. So I did, again, I kind of paid up for this, but I still think I can almost double my money on this. I'm thinking there's a real weight to this, and it's almost like a burlap matting on here. So it's real unique. I think it's kind of a very fun piece. Now these, I was just intrigued by them. I believe this is a brass, this one, they were both only $1, I believe. But this is a brass letter holder or toaster holder. No, I don't know if it's that exactly, but it is a letter holder. It's brass. Brass is kind of a collectible right now. People are decorating with that a lot. And in fact, this was on a beautiful roll top desk where all the accents on it, the drawer pulls and everything, were brass. And this sitting with it was lovely. It really matched. It looked, excuse me, it looked really cool with that. So I said yes to that. I know, Karen from Lavender Clothesline says that a lot. I said yes to that. It didn't say no, no, no. Okay. Next. This one then, it's the same thing. Also a holder, but this time it was in silver because I figure I should hedge my bets, you know. They've got the one in brass. This one is in silver, and if anyone has got silver accents in their home, then this would be a lovely piece. I love this. I love the lines of it. I love the kind of chapel look to it. I can't think of the name of that shape, but I really like that. I think it's cool. The name will come to me at about 3 o'clock in the morning, so I'll be sure to let you know then. The other thing I like about this place is how they really wrap their pieces nicely. And you'll see in the next bag that they actually wrap them in their pieces. They'll actually wrap them in pattern paper, you know, from old patterns. So I've been actually kind of buying those up when I see them with the express purpose to donate to these guys so they have them. They love them. This piece reminds me a little bit of Eldreth Pottery. I don't believe that that is what this is. It does have a marking though. Williamsburg Pottery is what it says. See, good thing I have my glasses on. I wouldn't have been able to read that. But it's so finely crafted. This is a beautiful, beautiful picture. And the glaze on here, that blue on the gray, is just beautiful. I think it's really well done, except for maybe a little bit of a schmutz on here, but I think that happened in the factory. But I do think it's a hand-thrown piece, really substantial. It's real pretty. Okay. I think I got 2 pieces of that, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, this is what I wanted to talk about, though. This is the pottery I wanted to talk about. This is actually from England, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's called Torquay or Torquay Pottery, Torquay Pottery. They are a company that's out of England, out of a specific part of England. It's a village called Torquay or Torquay. And they are well known for this pottery that they have made, and they call it motto ware. And the reason being is that they have different sayings on their pieces. They kind of, I think they designed them as souvenir pieces, but then they actually started having them in more higher end shops in England. But this one, I love this creamer. I loved it for the look. The look of it, the styling of it is so unique. And I loved the motto itself. Now every single piece is going to have some kind of writing on one side and then a decoration, usually either kind of a plant decoration or a house kind of thing on the other side. And this one says, if you can't fly, climb. I just love that saying. I thought it was so cute. So I've got a couple of pieces today, and then I got a couple of pieces the first day, and then I went back and got some more because they they were fascinating to me. So here's another piece. Oh, this again is Williamsburg. Sorry. This is a companion piece, and I may sell this as a set. I'm not sure. But this one probably, it looks like it at one point it had a label rather than the stamp. But it's so similar to the Williamsburg Pottery picture, the taller one. Isn't that pretty? Okay. That is my first day. And I went back the next day. And I went ahead and picked up the book. This is the book. This is called the Torquay Motto Wares. And they were so nice because not only did I tell them that I was back for these because I couldn't help myself, but they threw in the book for free. So now I've got a good reference book. I can learn more about this pottery. I really like it. You know, I know a lot of people really love the Polish pottery and they collect it. And my sister, her whole kitchen is in Polish pottery. But to be honest with you, I've always been kind of an iconoclast about those things. I mean, if everybody is doing that on one side, I always look for something else to collect or do or whatever. So this really grabbed my fancy. So I'm really excited to kind of learn about this. Anyway, the other thing that they have an incredible collection of teacups and saucers. There was a little Limoges espresso piece that I wanted, but it had a big chip in it. But this was right next to it. This is the pattern paper I was telling you about. But this is made in Bavaria, and it's an incredible tea cup and saucer. Actually, demi-tasse, I think you would call this. It is made in Bavaria, and for some reason, now I'm not really even a tea drinker or anything, and my own cups and saucers are ridiculous pretty much, but I just have a thing for those. And I think it started because a friend of mine, an old high school friend, one time decided to post a teacup a day from her own personal collection. So every day she posted these teacups, different ones with her having her spot of tea. And I fell in love. I think teacups are fascinating. The artwork, the delicacy of them, and yet there's a strength to them. I just kind of fell in love. So I did get a couple of them here. They've got great collections there, and I think most of them are only $5, and that's with cup and saucer. I did get a couple of them. This next one, these I think are both made in Bavaria, I believe. Maybe not. Maybe this is Adderley. What is this? Yeah, this is Adderley, Devonshire, England. But I have to say, I really like the drama of the black with the design. And let me just double check here. Yes, this is Adderley. This is a gorgeous cup and saucer, and it's the black with the gold. Isn't that pretty? And then you've got this incredible rose on the inside. What I found that was so interesting too is that this was signed. Not only was it this incredible rose design, and some of the leaves are actually gold, gilded. Excuse me, but it's actually signed by the artist. The artist's name is Austin. I'll see if I can do some research about that. But it is stunning. Stunning, stunning. I'll have to show you some of my, maybe I'll do a haul one day of just all the teacups and saucers that I have available. And they're all for sale. I don't tend to keep any, except I have a couple in my shelf over here that are from my mom and dad. And, you know, they're from World War II, I think. So I do keep those. But other than that, okay, what's next? Oh, this was right at checkout. I was gonna leave. I remember this, and I came across this. Now it seems real delicate. I mean, real, not too much detail, but this is a Bavarian piece also, and it is hand painted. And I love the effect of this. It's got the bluebells on here, and then a little delicate pink with a little yellow background. They're very pretty, but you're probably thinking, really? You got just the plate? No, there's more. There's like a dessert plate, and then there's a saucer, and it's a Bavarian name that I can't pronounce. I believe it is Rooster, and then it says Bavaria. Isn't this beautiful? I mean, it's see-through. It is so fine bone china. This again also is made in Bavaria. It's got an interesting mark. I can't really read it, but it's got a nice gold handle. And the design is throughout. I really think it was a hand-painted design. It's definitely not a transfer. It was so pretty. Isn't that lovely? By the way, I wanted to tell you about, I talked about those plates that I had done. It was one of my first videos that talked about the 6 plates that my son had picked out, and they were from Germany, the German Democratic Republic, which is signifying that it could be East Germany. And then I looked up the information on the company, and the company is still in existence. So I thought, well, maybe these aren't that old. So I sent them an email, and I asked them if they could maybe tell me either the name of the pattern or you know, where those are from, or maybe the date of these. And I did hear back from them. What they told me is that the piece, that pattern is so old, they could not even tell me the name of it or where it was from or when it was. So I'm assuming then that it really was when it would be dated pre-1980 anyway, when there was still an East and West Germany. So I thought that was pretty exciting to learn and find out. And that's part of the fun of thrifting, is the education that you get about the pieces. It's really thrilling. So now I need to start liking tea so I can have my spot of tea. Let me see if I can get, ooh, this was so cool. I'm gonna save this actually. I wanna get this other piece. These are also motto ware. These are the pieces I went back for when I was there. This I loved. Lovely, lovely, lovely little plate to display in a plate rack, or maybe the shelves that have the groove in it, you can just set the plate in there. But isn't that awesome? And this is motto ware. It says, be like the sundial, count only sunny hours. Isn't that cute? This has a mark in it too. This is something. It does say a date as well. Handwritten September 1998, I believe. The organization that did the book, the Turkey organization, Collectors Guild or whatever, started in, I believe it was 1976 is when they formed. And so it's a kind of of a new type of thing to be collecting when it comes to pottery and that kind of thing, but I just loved it. Isn't that adorable? Great little pottery. And what they do is they're inscribing it into the clay. So this is like somebody's handwriting. This isn't a form or anything. This is somebody's handwriting that put that in there. And a lot of times they'll do nice, easy to read souvenir type of mottos. And then other times you can find the ones that are actually written in the dialect of that area, which is a little different than regular English or even the Queen's English. I think it's got a little like tartan type of a Gaelic type of a feel to it. And then I found this. Isn't that gorgeous? This is another piece of motto Ware. Isn't that beautiful? It says, it's got the lovely rooster on there, and then it says, may the wing of friendship never molt a feather. Isn't that sweet? I love it. I think it'll be a lot of fun in terms of anyone that wants to start this collection. I liked it. It was different. No, but I love this piece. This is lovely. So, isn't that pretty, that cottage? Can you see it there? See? It's beautiful. And this, now I mentioned about how it's sometimes in their native dialect. So this one says something like, do ye have some tea? Or do ye have some tea? I don't know. I think that's what that says. But it's beautiful. I love this. I think it's a lovely piece. Isn't that fun? So that is motto Ware. And then my final piece that I got, but oh my goodness, look at this. Isn't he beautiful? This duck. Oh my gosh. I am kind of, again, I collect more, I like to collect unique things. This is a beautiful sample of Mexican pottery. I believe it's signed. I thought it was. I thought I saw a signature. Or maybe it just says Mexico on it. Somewhere. Ooh, the pressure to try and find it. But look at this. The painting on here is of a deer. Can you see that? It's amazing. Oh, yeah, it's right in front of my face here. It says CAT4 Mexico. So, yeah. Isn't that gorgeous? And then it's got the flowers on the side for each of the wings. But the colors, oh my gosh, I fell in love with this. This is different than Tonalan pottery, which is more of the Mexican pottery that I collect. I would say this might be more Talavera from that region. I'll have to do a little bit of research on that, but isn't that just phenomenal? I paid up for this. I paid $10 for this, but I just couldn't help myself. I figure I can easily do $45 to $50 with it, and I loved it. Beautiful. That is all for this haul. I do have a lot more. I did, somebody stopped me. No, I'm kidding. But I did do some shopping last week at my favorite shop, Deseret. Although I shouldn't say that it's my favorite. Everybody is pretty amazing overall in my area. So I'll be happy to take you with me and show you some shopping videos. You can thrift with me and find some goodies. So that's it for now. Hope y'all have a great week, and we will talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.